You know, man, it's like companies can't fucking help themselves, right? It's like entertainment companies absolutely cannot help themselves but to push the envelope of what, again, they're consumers, of what gamers are allowing, right? You have the thing with Sony trying to impose the PSN on Steam players. Yeah, the guy Battle State from a Escape from Tarkov, imposing a $250 fucking pay to win DLC on their players. It's like they're really trying. It's like and it's like it all comes like meteors. Like it's really they're trying to shove as many things past you to see which one gets through. And at every angle, gamers are because the consumers are like, no, 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 no. They're like dodging with ultra instinct the bullshit that these companies are trying to shove at us. And the last article was talking about, oh, we're gonna make yet another live service game. Oh, but now EA Studios hunger to start using generative AI as quickly as possible, says the CEO. So, in my last video, I was talking about the reason they're going to start firing people. This right here is the reason. Or not firing people, laying them off. Right? This right here. Like, they're going to use more AI. They're going to try to make the product as cheaply as possible. And, you know, if they would actually make a decent product, I guess this wouldn't be that big of a problem, but that's the problem with EA, right? They can't. Like, they are physically incapable of making a decent product nowadays. Like, they have to make yet another live service, they have to make yet another Battlefield, they have to tank yet another studio. It's like they cannot make a good product is the problem. It wants to speed everything up to entertain more people around the world on a global basis as at a faster rate. I mean, if you couldn't do this, right, in the golden age of gaming, right? How the fuck do you think you're going to do this now? You think regenerative AI is going to make people just miraculously make people think you're any less of a shit fucking company? A month ago, we reported that EA CEO Andrew Wilson is is champing champing chomping at the bit to increase the efficiency of EA Studios using generative AI tools. See, words like this just don't look right to me. Maybe I'm like clinically autistic, chomping at the bit. And he returned to the topic this week on a call with investors, saying that EA's developers themselves have a hunger to put AI to work on their projects. We've done analysts across all of our development processes, and right now, based on our early assessments, we believe that more than 50% of our development process will be positively impacted by the advance in generative AI, said Wilson in response to a question about the technology. And we got teams across the company really looking to execute against that. I mean, again, and how many people are going to maintain their jobs after this, right? Again, because EA is yet another one of those companies that are laying people off by the hundreds. It's like they cannot help themselves. And despite boasting overwhelming, uh, revenue, I think it was like 1.6 something billion in its fourth fiscal year or fourth quarter, right? They're like, oh no, we're making more money than most first world countries on the planet, but it's just not enough. Like it's an unsustainable fucking market. Again, the live service model demands you make more than what again is projected. Like you have to just keep making more money to keep the live service model going. And again, it's clearly unsustainable because they're laying people off. Fewer and fewer people are buying their products. Okay, maybe you can get the normies in, but what sells the product are people who actually have faith in your brand. And I don't think anyone truly liked the brand of EA. Like, before this, in the 2010s, they were notorious for buying up studios, shoving idiotic standards down their throats, then shutting them down. Right? With like what they did with Visceral Games, the makers of the original Dead Space. And there's an entire list online talking about these things. And I will tell you, there's a real hunger. My eyes are like fucking me. There's a real hunger amongst our developers to get this as quickly as possible, said Wilson. Because again, the holy grail for us is to build bigger, more innovative, more creative, more fun games, more quickly, so that we can entertain more people around the world on a global basis at a faster rate. Again, let's talk about this. Build bigger. You're firing people. You're losing studios. Like, what is a game that is an EA brand? Like, when you look at a game and you're like, oh yes, that's EA. In a good way, not a shitty way. Not in a Battlefront, the newer Battlefront way. Like, what is a brand game that EA... Because Blizzard has its brand game. It has World of Warcraft. It has Overwatch. Despite all of its flaws, and despite it shitting on its brand, I mean, it has a brand. Ubisoft, they're known for, like, Assassin's Creed, right? That's their flagship game. Take-Two, Grand Theft Auto. Right? Bethesda, it's Elder Scrolls series. I mean, Rocksteady has Arkham City. Like, any game that to do with superhero fighting. But what game does EA have a positive brand in? Like, I really cannot. Again, BioWare has the Mass Effect series. You know? I guess the Dragon Age series. Again, I'm just really struggling. Like, I know EA was Spore, but I don't know. And more innovative. Again, yet another remake, yet another remaster, yet another Battlefield game. That's going to be yet another live service. I mean, is that innovative? What does innovative look for you? How you make a game? Or what the game is? Like, what mechanics? You know, what story is in the game? More creative, what? Yet another FPS? Or yet another game made by yet another studio that you've claimed and surprisingly have not shut the fuck down? And more fun. Like, what is a fun EA game that has been made in the past, like, 5 or 6 years? Right? Was Battlefield 1 in the past 6 years? I don't think so. I mean, it was alright, but it was just another Battlefield game. And at a faster rate. Well, again, games take years to make. So, I guess cutting down the time you shit your turd out is, I guess, better than taking that time. But I just, like, none of this makes sense to me. It was, of course, just a couple years ago that we were hearing from a games industry exec about the great potential of the blockchain and the metaverse. Not so much anymore. For his part, the metaverse. I mean, what made the metaverse any better than just VR chat? I mean, I don't know. It's just another goofy fucking thing that they invested in and got absolutely nothing out of. First part, Wilson didn't go as well on crypto as some of his peers, calling NFTs an important part of the future of our industry, and then later saying that collectively in general is what's important. Still, it bears repeating that the executives are prone to over excitement about tech they can hold up as a new magic bullet or holy grail, as Walt Wilson puts it. I mean, again, these are all new concepts, and maybe there are a few people that made it, but not everybody did. I mean, what the fuck can you do with crypto if an EMP hits your fucking city, or if the banks decide we're not going to allow you to exchange crypto? Like, what the fuck is it now? Like, can you exchange it with independent brokers across seas? I mean, do you think other countries have the infrastructure for crypto than America? And NFTs was just a stupid fucking idea. NFTs were just so fucking dumb. But I do believe AI is going to be an interesting situation because you have the moral panic of AI stealing art, but then you have companies that absolutely use AI. You have Japanese localizers or Western localizers absolutely using AI. Again, it's the moral panic is if you're just some dude fresh out of college using an AI, you're bad, you're a bad man. But if you're a multi-billion-dollar company using AI, you're fine. I mean, it's just a very odd situation. Generative AI use oh my god, generative AI used genuinely is spread across the game industry. Though earlier this year, the Game Developers Conference published the results of a survey which indicated that 31% of game developers already use generative AI. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, right? Most of them are like indie devs. They use like AI art, and again, my thing is always to not do that. Always just commission art because, again, Steam has the ability to just yank a product just straight out of your like Steam library for any, especially if it's for legal reasons. They'll do it in a heartbeat, and they will not refund you. Right? You'll just be left with your dick in your hands. So, and again, they're doing this because they're bracing for the legal proceeding of what AI actually is. Like, is it stealing? Or is it fair use? Or does it fall under copyright? And again, Steam is just not taking the chance. They're not taking. So, yeah, if you use AI in your games, you're treading a very, very thin line. That's just getting thinner and thinner. A tool AI tools are mostly used for business, marketing, and management purposes, but 25% said their studios involve generative AI in programming, and 21% said it was used in game design at their company. Exactly. I mean, again, it is a very new. The legal proceeding on AI is very slow, like the gears of litigation when it comes to AI, because most of the judicial system is ran by old phonies that don't actually understand the internet. Again, I want to know what the legal proceeding is, so I know what games that are using it. So then again, if AI is fine, I can buy the games and not worry about it. But if ends up not being fine, I kind of want to avoid spending money on those games altogether, unless that something changes within the games. Despite its growing acceptance by studio managers, most individual game developers are concerned about the ethics of using generative AI. 42% of the GDC survey respondents said that they were very concerned about the issues. Another 42% said they were somewhat concerned, and only 12% said that they weren't concerned at all. I mean, and again, most with like AI art, most of them are made from like the same two or three on free online AI generation platforms. So again, the legal proceeding would be like if you use it in a product that you intend on selling to the market with your name on it, who owns that art? Is it you? Is it fucking Stable Diffusion? Is it Caveat AI? I mean, that's something that it would just be better if we had a legal proceeding on, as opposed to it being just up in the air. Too long. Comments. At least PC Gaming actually has its comments. They should replace their CEO with AI. A fucking man. Like, what the fuck does he do? Except, like, suck in dividends? I mean, he opens his fucking mouth every once in a while, but an AI can do that. Seriously, software could easily do the job of exec suits types. And for so much less pay too, eggs fucking exactly. There's even an original Twilight Zone episode that robots actually and kind of AI, a company owner replaced all his workers with a large computer data center, and this is himself replaced by a robot. The brain center, a Whipple? I do remember that episode. I don't remember it being called. Well, I don't remember that being the name of the company though. But I also didn't actually pay attention to the Twilight Zone. They already did. What kind of human would say something like this? Yeah, I mean, he might as well be some sort of fucking reptilian fucking schizoid like Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not reading no novel. I'm not reading no novel. I'm not reading no novel. No, it isn't. Intelligent implies. No, it isn't. Intelligent implies awareness and sentence. Something that no computer program has demonstrated. Even really advanced computer programs are exactly just that programmed. Also learn to spell. I mean, if we're going to get into the reads of intelligence, like what a database that sucks knowledge from the internet and other people's experiences and its own experiences with that intelligence, like, is that not intelligent? Like, is that not how, like, human beings act? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care about the whole philosophical mumbo jumbo, and I don't care for grammar Nazis. I'm not reading no novel. 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 But anyway, I mean, I'm not surprised that yet another multi-billion-dollar corporation is looking for even more ways to save money. Like, it's just par for the course at this point. And EA again cannot help themselves but to make some of the dumbest fucking decisions ever. in the gaming industry. It's like this man's hand. Like, look at this man's hand. He goes schizophrenic if he's not making a stupid fucking decision. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Peace.